Well, good afternoon, everyone. Let me first just thank everyone for joining us. Certainly want to thank Lieutenant Governor Duncan for being here. I know Speaker Ralston would like to be here, but he just couldn't today, and we appreciate his continued friendship and support. I got a bunch of other names I've been adding and subtracting on based on who was going to be here and who wasn't. But I know we have Chairman England, Chairman Tillery, Majority Leader Dugan, Representative Kelly's with us today, and then our Office Plan and Budget Director Kelly Farr is with us. And I know there's been a lot of great leaders that have been involved in this process, members of the General Assembly that are not with us today since session's not in, but we certainly appreciate their work as well. You know, standing here 1 year ago, none of us could have known the challenges that this year was going to bring us. We didn't know that a once-in-a-lifetime global pandemic was just days from reaching our borders and threatening the lives and livelihoods of our people. Working together, leaders in the General Assembly worked with our team to take swift action, protecting lives and mitigating the virus's impact on our economy as well as our communities. And thanks to our measured reopening and the strong conservative fiscal management shown by leaders in both legislative chambers, Georgia weathered the storm. We maintained our AAA bond rating, kept a focus on economic development in all 159 counties, and held our ranking as the #1 state for business for a record-breaking 8th year in a row, all while following the guidance and asking Georgians to look out for their loved ones, their neighbors, and to be part of the solution to COVID-19, not part of the problem. That approach allowed our economy and many in our business community to live to fight another day. When the session reconvened last June, we passed a budget that avoided draconian cuts at a time when so many states were forced to slash dollars to critical sectors. And today I'm proud to join these great leaders to sign the amended fiscal year 2021 budget with no new cuts to state agencies, no furloughs, no layoffs, and no new taxes to pay for it all. This balanced budget funds our priorities and sets our state on a clear path to a strong recovery in the coming months. There is no doubt that Georgia's greatest strength lies in our people, and the success of our state going forward will be dependent on how well we educate the next generation. COVID-19 made it abundantly clear that providing students access to a high-quality education is essential for them to be able to compete in the 21st century workforce. Many well-paying career track jobs now require some form of post-secondary education, so we must ensure that our citizens have affordable access to higher education. Due to the uncertain economic conditions during the spring and summer, the original FY21 budget did not include funding for enrollment growth for the Board of Regents or the Technical College System of Georgia. But this amended budget now fully funds that prior year growth to ensure that our higher education systems can equip students for success in the workforce. But to be successful in our university and technical college systems, every student must have a solid educational foundation, and that begins with our K-12 schools. At a time when it could not be clearer that our kids belong in school, my administration remains focused on providing the necessary resources for success in the classroom. We recognize the difficult and unprecedented environment our teachers face every day, but despite a changing landscape, they are committed to educating, mentoring, and caring for their students, and this administration remains committed to them. This budget provides more than $610 million in amended FY 2021 funding for K-12 education, fully funding enrollment growth and holding individual schools harmless in the current fiscal year for any reductions in enrollment they had due to COVID-19. Along with the $1,000 bonus to K-12 school staff from our office in the Department of Education that we announced earlier this year, these investments send a clear message that even in the most challenging times, we are maintaining our commitment to Georgia's students, parents, educators, and school staff. Working alongside the House and Senate, we're also taking important action, as we mentioned last week, to thank the thousands of state employees who have worked tirelessly through the pandemic. These hard-working men and women have made our state proud, helping keep businesses open, providing essential services, and in many cases, providing hope to those who feared losing it all. Like so many people across the country, they met the new normal with grit and determination. Those of us here today could not be more grateful, and with the $1,000 bonus for roughly 57,000 state employees making below the $80,000 per year threshold that is included in this amended budget, we can do our part as state leaders to show our appreciation. And I again appreciate the House and the Senate in working to make this bonus happen. I could go on about the positive things in this amended budget, things that quite honestly we were not sure would have been possible when our fight with COVID-19 began. But thanks to a legacy of conservative fiscal management, a balanced approach to protecting lives and livelihoods, a lot of teamwork under this gold dome, and a lot of resolve to do what is right in the face of adversity and uncertainty, today we are signing a budget that reflects our priorities as a state. We are supporting education, funding public safety and public health. We're setting aside $20 million to expand access to rural broadband, ensuring our rural communities are not left behind in the era of COVID-19. We're championing economic growth in every corner of the Peach State and allocating $1 million in marketing funds to revive a tourism industry hit hard by a virus out of its control. And we're continuing to leverage the full weight of our state government to support the frontline heroes in the fight with COVID-19, with nearly $300,000 devoted to continued operations of the Georgia Coordinating Center at Grady to support hospitals statewide and healthcare heroes who have stood up with us against this virus. In a year of tough, unprecedented times, today is certainly a good day. I want to again thank Chairman England, Chairman Tillery, Speaker Ralston, Lieutenant Governor Duncan, the rest of the legislative leadership that's here and those that are not, and the members of the General Assembly, as well as Director Farr. This has been great work to get us here. The work done on this budget truly shows the best of what can happen when we all work together and put Georgians first. And if we continue in that same collaborative spirit, I'm confident we can ensure a swift return to normal here in the Peach State and secure a brighter future for all Georgians. So thank you for being here. God bless you, and I'm going to turn it over to Lieutenant Governor Jeff Duncan for some remarks, and then we'll sign the budget.
Thank you, Governor. I'd like to take a moment to just reflect on this moment and to call attention to the significance of the event here today. Governor Kemp is about to sign an amended budget, a budget that only a mere 7 months ago we were deeply cutting. During the worst days of the pandemic, Georgia buckled down and instituted a 10% cut on state funding across the board. But now, we now are able to restore the vast majority of those cuts in light of the state's rapid recovery. There's no doubt that the coronavirus is still raging, and that this pandemic will continue to have consequences both physically and financially for Georgians from coast to coast. While Georgia shows its strength and resilience throughout this pandemic, the fight is not over yet. Our state budget is not designed to cure all the issues of Georgians, but I do believe that the amended budget reflects our commitment to use tax dollars efficiently and effectively. Thanks to the leadership of the General Assembly and other members of the state's legislature that have helped us get to this point here, I want to thank the governor for his understanding early and often that the balance between lives and livelihoods was a priceless opportunity for us to take the right step forward. Let's not take the steps that other states have had to take and raise taxes and to take massive cuts to state and local governments. We've taken an opportunity to continue to balance lives and livelihoods, and it's an honor for me to stand here with you here today as you sign this budget. Thank you.